Friends, this is a video on public administration paper 2, and we will continue our discussion for British legacy in India. So we have discussed up to this municipal corporation and town councils. So we will continue with Lord Ripon. So Lord Ripon was Governor General from 1882 to 89, and he is also known as father of local government because he proposed a lot of changes in local governance. And he wanted to make local bodies popular, strong, autonomous and broad based. So autonomous means giving them more financial powers and authority, and popular means they should be chosen by election. Then coming on third point, Indian bureaucracy jealous of non-officials. So bureaucracy means the official members which used to come by open examinations, but they were jealous of the elected members, so they were not cooperating with each other. This is one of the properties during British municipal era. Then the fourth point is that official members were 1/3 and chairman was to be elected. This was the change that was initiated by Mr. Lord Ripon. And then the fifth point is that political learning, that is elective principle and growth of communalism. So these both things started during this Lord Ripon's time because the direct elections were happening, so people were learning the things and regarding politics, but communalism also started due to this separate electorates in elections. So Muslims and Hindus, they became apart from each other. Okay, then coming on decentralization report 1909. See, and these names, decentralization report, they are very important, and just remember their which year they came, so that you can have the whole history and you can actually relate that what was the condition of decentralization during British government and what it is now. So the report said that the first point is that it did not advocated local self-government. So it is actually not decentralizing. Then the second point is that bureaucracy dominated local bodies. Still, the official members were more. And the third point is that lack of financial and political interest. So according to Decentralization Commission, these both are lacking in the local bodies. Then came the 1919 Act, Government of India Act, which is also known as Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. So it said that local administration should be transferred subject to provinces under diarchy. So you know the concept of diarchy, that some subjects will be transferred and some subjects will be reserved for governor, and there will be a dual administrative thing. Then coming on the next point, reservation was given to SC, ST and backward castes during 1919 Act, and then elected chairperson. So now it was confirmed in a government act, so it became law that now the chairperson will be elected. Also there was a chief executive officer, so he was to be present in every municipality. And then fourth point is that sole purpose of municipality was these two things: levy taxes and exercise patronage. Exercise patronage means you can levy less taxes to some citizens, you can levy more taxes, or you can have better facilities to some citizens. So the whole purpose of municipality was very, very restricted. Then coming on this next topic, the secretariat system. So a lot of questions come on secretariat system, and secretariat system started during British era only. So we'll see that until 1843 there was a central secretariat which was in Bengal, Calcutta, and then it consisted of secretary general plus 3 assistants. So these 4 people used to run the secretariat, and only 3 departments were there: public, secret and commercial. So this means that secretary general used to have the whole authority over these particular departments, but his 3 assistants were leading these particular departments. Then in 1843 4 departments were set up, and they were military, foreign, home and financial. So now the number of departments became 7. So the numbers and names are not important, just know that how the secretariat system works and what are its components. Okay, so in 1855 public works department was created, and in 1858 this portfolio system started. So in 1861 Council of India Act 1861, it became confirmed that we will have this ministerial system, that is portfolio system, in where the members of Governor General in Council will be given a particular department, say for example Home Department, and they can take decisions on behalf of Governor General. So they were empowered ministers. So then we will see what is portfolio system. So portfolio system is that member of the council would be appointed in charge of one or more departments of the government, and he would issue orders on behalf of Governor General in Council, just I told you. So like present ministerial system. Okay, then coming on 1871, so revenue, agriculture and commerce separated from Home Department. So now Home Department was bifurcated into these three. Then in 1905 Lord Curzon came and he established this railway board. So railway board was formulated to control railway affairs, later named railway department, because the railway became such high in our country. They established, Britishers established a lot of railway lines, and that resulted in railway board creation, because they wanted professionalism in railway running and execution. So you can see that in 1905 that railway budget was also separated from general budget. Then in 1921 Department of Education, Health and Department of Industry is created. So you can see the priority of education and health in Government of India's plan, Britishers government. They were not at all interested in education and health of Indians. That's why this department was created in 1921. Oh my god, so that is very bad. Then in 1937 Foreign and Political Department split into External Affairs Department and the Political Department. This happened because of this World War II was happening and they were having a lot of work. Then coming to in 1941 three new departments were created: Information and Broadcasting, Civil Defense and Indian Overseas. And you can think why these three were created, because the World War II was at its peak in 1941 and the whole government was struggling to somehow win this war. So that's why Information and Broadcasting, Civil Defense. And then 1944 Commonwealth Relations Department was created, because the Britishers were leaving India and they wanted to have good relations with India. That's why this Commonwealth Relations Department. So that's all for this video, and in next video I will continue with the next topic, that is bureaucratic leadership. So stay tuned. Thank you.